Hey gang, how are you? It's Mob Guppy, where the Guppy is the mob. Guess who's sitting right there? Yeah, a little pooch. I hope that you, yes, you are having an awesome weekend. I've been spending some time doing yard work, and I've got to do fish work later on. I'm on call, and I may end up having to leave a few minutes early, just depending if I get a call from the office. So it's an on-call thing going on. She will stay here as long as she behaves, but she's doing really well. And there you go. I think I'll be fine. I won't get called in, but it's what I'm hoping is that I avoid rain. I did what they say to do. I went out and purchased a battery operated lawnmower last year, which I happen to like. It really is good. It's unfortunately my backyard. I really didn't do a lot of work in my backyard. It's okay. You can lay down. That's Maggie, everybody. Um, so I had not mowed my backyard. Rita, good morning. I had not mowed my backyard since October. I did a little bit of it, but it's the way back gets up. Bruiser, what's up? So I went and I need to get a second battery. Mowed yesterday afternoon, mowed this morning, and I'm about 3/4 of the way done. The man who searches for a Bigfoot in his spare time, Peter Thiel. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Actually, I have today. I besides fish, besides having a dog, all that sort of stuff. My thing that I also like doing is photography. And so I have spotted a couple of nests that could very well be bald eagle nests. One of them probably isn't. It's not quite big enough, but it has the right type of thing. It's probably a hawk or an owl nest. So when I'm done with the live stream today, I'm going to take Maggie for a walk. And then I am going to go, as long as I don't get called into work, I'm going to go and see, no, not Mohawk eagles, just regular bald eagles. And so as soon as I'm done with that, I'm going to go drop by those two places and do that. And my battery is charging. If I avoid rain completely, I'll finish the backyard and do the front yard and mowing, then I'll be done. So there you go. Who killed Kenny? Yeah, you see, this South Park shirt is like a decade old and it's beginning to look it, but I love it. So there you go. There you go. I forgot, by the way, to put clothes in the dryer. I washed stuff today. Yeah, so what's going on with the fish? I've got a bunch of water changes. I got to fill up my reservoirs and allow the water to age. And I've got to get that done today. I've got to go do, yeah. It's Maggie let me sleep in till about 6 this morning. Crazy. So there you go. Let's see what else is going on with the fish. No, I sent some beautiful sword-tailed guppies out to some nice folks in Massachusetts. And I'm moving fish around, getting stuff reorganized, setting up new breeders. So these folks got some extras, and they were really happy about it. With the swordtails, I usually send out extras. So, and if you want them, they are, you know, for people who do not have a lot of luck with guppy breeding, and for whatever reason there are people that do, let me tell you, the sword-tailed guppies will change that for you. It's they just they breed and breed and breed and breed. So there you go. Went to yeah, so fish stuff getting done, the yard stuff getting done. Yeah, life's good. The one thing I did notice, by the way, about fish stuff, is that probably one of the reasons my backyard's water or grass grew so fast is that I did dump out dirty fish water in the backyard in the grass. Go out and for trees and stuff like that, or for your front lawn, really is the way to go because it's nutrient rich. There's stuff in there. It's like fertilizer. It goes in and it just makes the plants so happy. Gets it so happy all the way around. What's going on with your fish room crew? Doug, you put out a video the other day. I enjoyed seeing it. Liked watching your red guppy cross. That some are gold bodies, some are gray bodies. That's kind of neat. And for people who are not huge guppy breeders, the bodies basically come in two colors: gray and gold. It's and the Roebuck Reds are gold bodies, which, by the way, I like better with red than gray bodies on reds. Just a personal thing of interest. It yeah, it's so you did what Doug did is he did a cross between the Roebuck Reds and some of those albino from Asia Reds. And so technically, if you look at Mendel genetics, which does not necessarily always apply to guppies. Yep, the swordtails, Rita, they've got they're pretty colorful. So the deal is this: is that simple Mendel genetics says, okay, you breed a male albino guppy to a red guppy to a bunch of non-albino, like Roebuck Red guppies. You breed them together. Nice. And so the deal is that technically the next generation, even though they're all dark-eyed, non-albino guppies, by pure Mendel genetics, it should be about 25% are albino the next generation. That being said, guppies and simple Mendel genetics are not necessarily friends. They just are not. I wish they were. They're not. So that's one of the things to keep in your, and when you go out and you cross different guppies, Melvin, when you cross guppies of different lines, it's, sometimes you think you're getting something. It's a total different thing. And now, Doug Gray does a lot more crosses than I probably will ever do in my life. And if you watch his channel and look at some of the crosses he has done, it's a lot of it's really tough to predict because he takes two pure lines crosses them, and anybody's guess what that first generation looks like. And by nature, you want to go out and cross, and continue this for a few generations. Because what you get in the second generation, or second generation being the second breeding of the cross, may be really different than what you got in the current. For instance, I've been working with these California Reds, and I'll put a video out on them soon. I'm now on generation 6, generation 7, and I am now getting a wide variety of different types of looks to them. It's fascinating. I'm now getting double swords. And the California Red, a male sword got in a Roebuck Red tank by accident, and I missed detecting it. All of a sudden, I'm going through and I'm going, man, these really look different. And boom, there you go. There you go. So that's one of the things you guys have to, when you go through and you look at guppy genetics, not as simple, not as easy. So I did sell some California Reds to a guy who lives about 5 minutes away from me. And I sold him a trio. So I gave him a trio plus. I added a couple of extras. He is on just generation 2 is growing up for him. And so there you go. And there you go. That's the sound of Maggie. And she's now mature enough, for the most part, that I'm leaving her out a lot longer. Yeah, lay down, Maggie. Yeah. Good girl. Yeah. By the way, I have some Maggie news. Technically, she was supposed to have puppies this fall. But her breeder is not happy with the litter. Yeah, I stopped calling her Molly by mistake. It's crazy. Yeah, Maggie. So she's gonna be she's just finishing up her heat right now. This summer she will be spayed. She's not gonna have puppies. Now she's under warranty. And so before I have her spayed, I am going to have her hips x-rayed, because if she has hip dysplasia, it's a free puppy. So a year from now, I could get another puppy. So there you go. So here she is laying down, really settling in. And she's really becoming a real good dog. She's not quite, there's certain things I can't do. If I'm doing a lot of stuff while cooking, I usually put her in a kennel. She definitely does not get loose if I'm not supervising her at this point. One of these days, I'm hoping she will. One of these days, I hope she is. And she will be. She's not quite 2 years old yet, so there you go. Not quite. I am averaging, let's see, today, because I mowed the lawn, I'll let you know what I did today. As of right now, I have already walked today 11,721 steps. That is for 5.4 miles. So there you go. Yeah, eventually, Rita, she'll be great. And it's last 31 days, I've averaged 5.64 miles, an average of 12,208 steps a day. This week, yeah, I'm basically at my week long average. Here's 11,000. And let's see. Oh, I have my car out. It makes Doug's day if he can look at my camera. Do, 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 do. Give me a second here. Here we go. There's my car in the yard. Yeah. Yeah, so a lot of walking today. And I'll be doing some more because I went to do my grocery shopping, and I went out to do my grocery shopping, and something crazy happened. They didn't have a couple of things. They didn't have the milk I like. They were out. And they were also out of the milk they were out of, and I forget what they were out of something else. So I have to actually go to my second grocery store of the day. I would prefer just to go get it done. 2 weeks worth of food, all set up. Oh, my vegan style sausage patties. I have not. I didn't pick those up. So there you go. Yeah, I'm pretty good about the potato chips. I will tell you the thing I get: the Lay's stacks, the regular flavor. Just salt and potato stamps, stamped potatoes, and a thing. I was paying like a buck 45, buck 48 for those forever. Now they're $2. I picked up an 18 pack of eggs, and the extra large, and I paid, a couple of weeks ago, I paid like $3. They were like five. They were actually $6 and some odd cents today. I don't understand what the changes are. If you notice, if you do eggs to eat, have you noticed how it's just going? So you hear a growl. Oh, what a good girl! Yeah. See if I can get this over here just a little bit. There you go. There she is. Hey, New England Endler, how are you? The heads of unionized. Yeah, it's okay. She's in heat, so it's like a little extra. I guess I can keep it like that, so you guys can get a good look at her. Isn't she cute? Yeah, let's see here. The other thing I have to actually pick up Uh, I have to do at the end of the month. I have to order some. I get bulk style foods, usually stuff that only lasts me like 3 4 months, and I still have some of Doug Gray's wonderful food in the house, and which is good. I really like that. Taking a look. Yeah, the chance of rain in my community has gone down dramatically, which I'm a big fan of. Now, Doug, is it still hot in Philadelphia? Pittsburgh and Philadelphia, I know it's hundreds of miles apart, but you guys is pretty similar weather. Melvin? Yeah, this thing may go north of me, which I'm really happy for. And you know, my I'm pro drought. 86 yesterday. Right now it is 76 in Joplin Mo. Yeah, I I keep the air conditioning on in my home during this time of year. Like it's 70 degrees. Yeah, I love it. And for those wanting to know, this is a Brittany. Maggie's a Brittany. It's okay. It's okay. Chevy Fish, how are you? Yeah, I can't have my house be that temperature. I generally keep it. Right now, I was doing some this morning. I did the mowing first thing, and I had the AC set at 70, but it was not tripping. I lowered it to 69, so it would just keep air. Because when you come in, I don't want to be sweaty. And you have a bunch of fish aquariums. Your home gets a little more humid, gang. Gets a little more humid, which is great for the winter. In the summer, that's an issue. So we're just at the point where we're able to do this. So it's like I picked her up on Memorial Day, Labor Day weekend in 2021. And her birthday is late June. She'll be 2. And again, she's real sweet. She loves everybody, loves everything. And is finally just sort of, chilling out, which is great. It's the thing about, people don't like, dealing with puppies, it's a 2-year process. If you go to the pound, if you want a dog, if you go to the pound, most of the dogs there are in that 12 to 18 months of age sort of deal. And the reason is people don't realize how much time it takes to get a puppy behaving like this. Just takes a while. And it is a heck of it's a real step as you go through. Now, I'm still not in a thing with her. If I'm up doing stuff, she'll get in the middle of water changes and stuff like that. So she has to go into her kennel. especially larger dogs. Yep, that's true. But little dog, mid-sized dogs like Maggie. Maggie weighs about 30 pounds, and she's a hunting dog. Brittany's are a pointing type dog. So they're hardwired to run all day, every day. And I will tell you, you let her run around with dogs who are bigger than she is. Maggie's more of a follower, but once the dog starts running, she follows. She'll pass the dog. I don't care how big the dog is. My backyard is relatively big, and she will go across my backyard in 15 strides. She's not a big dog. Every stride, she's in the air. Every one. It's once she opens up and goes full blast, boom. So that's sort of the deal. But yeah, for your lawn, your aquarium water, really good. I have a tree in the backyard that was planted before I got here. I've been here for like 3 years. And I will pour a bucket on that tree. And the tree is sort of like a late blooming type tree. It still looks dead, even though it is, April 15th. But the next week or so here, yeah, the leaves will come out. So most of my other trees, the leaves are coming out, which is nice. Which is really nice. But aquarium water for your yard, and if you're growing like vegetables, it's really a good idea. Really a good idea to go out and do that. Yeah, Doug, for your area, I lived, I used to live in suburban New York City in Hackensack, New Jersey for about 7 years, not that far away from Philadelphia. And, the stuff started blooming leaves started coming out around the beginning of May. That was sort of the deal there. Yeah, but yeah, you go out and do stuff. Run your plants to the aquarium water, except your carnivorous plants. There you go. So do you have like fly traps? Aquarium water is the way to go. Human-sized fly traps. What's the name of the corpse flower? Is that what it's called? It smells like a dead body. Let me see what's that's called. Yeah, it's the corpse flower. And it becomes real huge. It eats dung beetles, fresh flies, and apparently it really smells bad. And it's a native of where? Probably, let's see here. Sumatra. It grows in openings in rainforests on limestone hills. And it smells like a corpse. Hey, thank you very much, Melvin. Two fly traps, sundews, many Sarracenia pitcher plants, butterworts, and ultra cularia. Did I pronounce that right, Chevy Fish? Well, you need a corpse flower. It's a heck of a deal. It will keep you. Barbara, how are you? I'm glad the California Reds are doing great. Hey, I'm beginning to get double sword tails. Barbara, are you getting a double sword tails with your California Reds? I exchanged some notes with the king of the sword tails, Alan Bias, who sent me some pictures that he played around with a red cross, and he got double swords as well eventually. Your carrion plant is pollinated by flies when it blooms, but you can't stand the smell. You've gotten a couple of doubles? Yeah. I set up a little breeding group, and I swear to you, half these males, and I have to get that set up. Half of these males are doubles. You trick Eularia. Okay, you trick Eularia. Okay. Now, normally I have had houseplants. I don't have any right now, and I probably need to get set up. I like them. It's I'm pro houseplant. I like them. I had not had any since getting married originally. My ex-wife would murder plants. Wasn't that the Three Stooges law firm? Probably so. Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe. So I went in yesterday, and by the way, if you're not doing this, you got to do it every year. I went in yesterday to get my physical, and I already got the blood tests. Got an email saying blood tests are, and I downloaded it already. Life is good. Everything's good in the hood. That's strong. I do not eat a lot of meat. I'm not a vegetarian or a vegan. I call myself a modified vegan just because it upsets people. Most of my meals are vegetarian or vegan. I eat meat. Like I'll have meat for dinner tonight. I had meat yesterday. Other than that, last week, I think the last time I had meat was about a week before that. So there you go. Crystals, pets, and plants. How are you doing, Crystal? Thank you for stopping by and saying hi. And that's Maggie. Yep. Hello to the lurkers. Lurkers are people too. I'd like to get her in the if it doesn't rain today, I may take her for a real long walk tomorrow. There's like a walking trail not far from here. It's about a mile drive. Yeah. Griffin Fish Room, how are you? I may avoid rain at my house, which would be strong. Real strong. My been busy. I've had a lot of stuff on the docket to get done. Uh, we have at my office. Uh, we have. I work for a family-owned company, which is great. I prefer that over mega corporations, which I've worked for as well. And the son is taking over day-to-day operations and is moving to town. And my company is owned by a family that lives about a 5-hour drive from here. So they come to town. The son, though, has been coming to town once or twice a month for the last year. He's moving to town. He bought a house not far from me, not in the same subdivision, because he has more money than me. He lives, I believe he's in the subdivision near where I'm at, and there's one that has really, really nice houses. So there you go. And so he is going to be here at the end of May, beginning of June, which is great. And I like him. I get along with him. And so, but we've had this thing going on. Our longtime general manager passed away about 2 years ago. So 2 years we have not had an in-house boss over everything, which has created certain challenges. Not that things have been running poorly, because they've been running well. Everyone does a good job. Everybody is there to work well together, and we do well. But when you don't have, you know, uh, the last word on any discussion in the building, it's tough to get things done. So there you go. So that is part of the fun with this. So we get the new guy in, which is going to be great. I'm 20 years older than him, which is fine. Doesn't bug me. Yeah, it's been 2 years. Yep. They've never told us what he passed away from. I'm guessing it was a stroke or a heart attack or an aneurysm or something like that. Really a good guy. Everybody loved him. Yeah. And so it's been 2 years. 2 years in June. So yeah, so you know. And if you've ever been in the workplace where someone who has died unexpectedly, I've worked in places where someone had gotten cancer, or you pretty much knew they were in really bad health. When I worked in New York, I had a guy that I worked with. He was a little bit older. He was like his mid 60s, but he was in fat. This guy was like captain. He liked working out. He liked having good health, doing all that sort of stuff. And he dropped in. So there you go. Big Shrimpin', otherwise known as Stevie C. What's up, Steve? Everything's good. Got my Poochie here. And she's awake, by the way. Her eyes are moving around, if you're noticing. She's looking out. Aren't you, Maggie? Yeah. So now that I've been into it for about 3 weeks, I got the neck. I didn't get. I normally have always gotten with for my guppies the top end super premium brine shrimp eggs. And I said, it's like $5 cheaper. Why don't I try the next level down? It's done. It works relatively well. I will go back to the more expensive, just to be fair. I will make that move coming up. And it's done relatively, it does okay. It is the savings worth it? No, not really. Yeah, Rita, you're right about Doug's video on his reds. Absolutely, they're gorgeous. And and Doug, answer this because I have not tried this. Not tried this, Doug Ray. You answer this. You cross red to red. How likely would it be to get like multicolored tails, multis? Is that out of the thing or not? Multis only if one side and other stuff in the background. Okay. So straight red to straight red, different strains, different stuff. You're just gonna get reds. Yeah, but again, guppy genetics are much more complex than I think what people know. Much more complex. Plug my laptop in. The battery was beginning to get to that point where it was going to beg for power, so I might as well beat that. Yeah. When you do the pure strain crosses, and by the way, it's sometimes people get some, mutt guppies or different varieties, hoping that just want to see what they get, which is great. The problem with that is that you don't know what's behind them, and it's the other thing is that when you do the crossing, I'll give you a thing, and I haven't taken these to my local fish store. I need to do it tomorrow. I have a few tanks that are crosses. I bought some super reds, and citrus plecos from our buddy Mike of and of his channel, and so he sent me a pair of an Asian strain, and the female didn't make it. The female died. So I'm going, okay, I have this one male guppy. What do I do? So I put a couple of female guppy swordtails in with him. And And I will tell you, I was sort of hoping, that eventually I'd get some swords. I may leave one tank in and put a couple of sword males in there, see what happens. But essentially, all I got was not as pretty of snake skins. They're just not that good looking. So I have like 3 tanks, so I'm just gonna take them over to my LFS. I have a couple of them that are really nice people that I like to help out, and let them do that. Let them go and enjoy it. And then just set up with more California Reds. Yeah, but you get mutt guppies, you put them together, and I'll give you a tip, by the way. If you have mutt guppies, set them up in little breeding groups. One male with a couple of females, and all of a sudden you get something you really like. Inbreed them. Inbreed them. Yeah, my local stores, I don't sell them these guppies. I give it to them. They don't get anything good from me. It's just they just get. If I want to get rid of something, or if I have a tank I'm not that happy with, I hook them up. Yeah, the deal is, Rita, I'll give you a little thing, is that if the babies are his and he's the daddy, and you can keep him alive long enough to breed to his daughters, you may begin to get something. Then inbreed uh, the daughters with their babies with each other, and just inbreed a couple of generations. You may come up with something kind of cool. But getting that thing to repeat itself is going to be very difficult. It just is, because you don't know what's behind them. Nice, Barbara. Yeah, the female guppies, when you get them, are usually always pregnant. But the next generation, if he's the lone male in there, those babies will be his, mostly. Female guppies, quite frankly, you can put them, they can be hit a couple of times, and they'll have several drops. And what they've learned through genetic testing, that if there is another male in the tank, well, they will use his sperm. You have a hunting dog. Her mother was a puggle, and her grandfather was a Maltese. What Maggie, by the way, her breed is like, if you're going out hunting pheasants, if you go out and hunt pheasants or quail, there's really not a better dog than Brittany's. Primarily because they're a pointing dog. They have unbelievable noses. They have really good endurance, and they're the pointers and the setters tend to go way too far out. Brittany will not go as far out as a pointer or a setter, and so that's sort of the advantage. even though Brittany will get out. If you do the field trials with the Britneys, for the adult stakes, there's two different divisions. One's called the Gun Dog Range, which Maggie's father is a dual champion, both show and field champion, and he was at Gun Dog Range. And what then the other division they call is All Age, and the All Age can run with the setters and with the pointers, etc., the Vigelas, the Weimaraners. That is a good question. And would you call it a bull Shih Tzu? Curious. Or a Shih Tzu dog? Yeah, Brittany's have a lot of energy. And yeah, I mean, she can go. I take her to daycare. She's not in it right now because she's in heat. I take her to daycare about every couple of weeks. The deal is with the Brittany is that they can put her with the big dogs. Like the last time I had her in, she was playing with Great Danes. And she just was jumping on them and, all that stuff. But they can also put her with the little dogs. And she's not too rough with them. So, yeah, they have a lot of energy. If I put her in the BY, I don't say it primarily because she will go nuts. BACKYARD, if I say that word. Those words together, she lights up like a Christmas tree. And I don't let her out there a lot, primarily because my backyard gets really, really wet. Oh, I said it. She didn't notice. Good. It gets really wet back there. And I only go out there as supervisor. She does a little bit of digging, and I don't want her doing an escape thing. So there you go. Hey, Maggie. Come on. Come on, little girl. She's sort of roaming around. She's doing really well. Yeah, so they joke with her at daycare. And they said that she never slows down. All she does is play. She will play all day. And when I pick her up, she's usually... But that only lasts for about an hour. Yeah, they're very smart. Yeah, not too big, not too small. Lots of energy. Yeah. My phone going off a little bit there. So let me look at this. Okay, gang, I got to go. Thunderstorm warning. I'm being called in. All right, thank you so much. We'll talk to you later. And I really appreciate all of you being here.